Hey folks. Well, tonight I have something different on my bench here, and I thought we would have a little fun with something. So, what this is, I wish I knew what that was. I just got all over my hand. Yuck. Well, anyway, what this is this is a radio, obviously, and it is out of a 1978 Chrysler New Yorker. That's the big full-size one, and I've had this for quite a while, and I don't really remember when I got it or where I got it from. I remember that it was out of a junkyard car somewhere, but it was in there, and the car was going to be junked, crushed, and all that. But the radio was something interesting, so I grabbed it. So, what makes this radio kind of unique? Not really rare, just unique, is that it's an AM/FM with no kind of tape player, but it has a CB player, CB unit incorporated into it. So you see here, you have tone and volume buttons, you have speaker and tune button here, and you have your presets here, you have a dial indicator here, and then AM/FM selector here, and then balance down here. And this is where it starts being a little bit different. It's got channels, I guess, here. I'm not sure. I'm very foggy on CBs, but it's got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's got 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 20 down here on this little scale. It's got little, if you can see that, it's got little lights in it there. You can see it kind of there, hopefully. Anyway, I'm not sure what that does. Any of you guys know CBs know exactly what it does, but I don't remember. And it's got a legend here, says NB with a button being out, it's on, and pushed in, it's off. I don't know where the button is exactly, but that's supposed to do that. You have a squelch button here. You have your channel indicator here. You have selector here. MON, I'm assuming means mono here, on off, and CB on off. And then this is where the mic would go over here. It's got a plug for it, and I don't have the mic, and it didn't come with it. It's not here with me, so I'm sure I can find one somewhere. And then it has a stereo indicator lamp over here. So this is quite a interesting thing here. It's a pretty complex unit for the time, but you guys my age and older, I'm 46 now, or back then in the day, you know that CBs in your vehicles were a big thing for a time, right in the mid to late 70s. You had to have a CB in your car or your truck or your van. You had to. You weren't cool if you didn't have one. So it was a big thing back then, and base stations in your house if you could do it. So, that's the sort of thing that came and went, and we had them, and then now you never see anybody with a CB in there. But this was all the rage back then. And you can see, if you want to see the plate here, you get anything off of that. But what it says is Chrysler Corporation, model number 404-877, excuse me. Serial number below it. Then it has a date code of 2707. And the good thing about Chrysler's date codes, they're all the same. Now, I say that, and I'm going to be proven wrong probably, but the 2707, this takes us to mean the 270th day of 77, and we just know that because it's too modern of a radio for a 67, and it's too old of a radio for an 87. So then in the back we've got different connections and things like that, and this is the kind that uses the more simplified, well, it's not really, but coming out of the radio, it's more simplified harness style to operate the speakers and such. It's got a harness here that has 5 wires coming out of the radio. You've got black, purple, green, white, and yellow, and the black is a common ground. The purple is one of the front speakers, Green's one of the front speakers, positive. White is one of the rear speakers, and yellow is one of the other rear speakers. And then it's got a connector that has those same wires in it, but it's a train going by out there again. It's got the black is doubled, I'm assuming to do run the front and rear, so it can have two different feeds. And then it has the in the illumination. I know that because it's always orange on these, and it's going up to the front end up here. Right here, it's got that. So that's for the light bulb. Of course, you can replace that bulb easily if you need to. And then your positive 12 volts. I hope I got this right. I got it off the internet. Like I never found the schematic for it, but and then it's got an interesting thing here, which again I'm not very familiar with this, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming this is some kind of a filter, this can, because it's got a spot to put the antenna plug into it here, and then it comes out and it goes where the antenna would normally go. You would assume it would go, and then it's got the feed here, so it's either a filter or it's just a way to hook the it splits the, good Lord, I don't know if you can hear that. This thing goes bam, 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 bam. But anyway, so I guess what it actually is probably just a way to split the signal from between the CB and the regular over-the-air AM FM, I think. So anyway, here's the plan for this radio. First off, I want to see if it works. So that's what we're going to do now. And if it works, I'm going to install this, hopefully, in that 87 Plymouth out there. And I know I just got done saying, well, it's too old for an 87. But now this is a CB radio, so it's having a CB out here with it in the car. So that car looks like sort of like a police car. And the radio in that car is not working right. It never works right. It's got problems with the touch buttons on it. So some days it works good. Some days it doesn't. Some days you can read the channel on it. Some days you can't. Just depends on what kind of mood it's in. So anyway, be that as it may, let's go ahead and try some functions on this. I got my jump pad back here, which only charges up about halfway now, but stuff to do this. So let's do first thing. Let's do the illuminate. See if the illumination works on it. So I'm just gonna. Tell you what, I don't know what the deal is with this little boot on here. It's starting to aggravate me a little bit, but just hook it to the chassis down here, and then we're going to hook positive to this one, and carefully turn it over. I tell you already, I cheated a little bit because I was waiting for that train to go by, so I got out here and fooled with it a little bit, waiting on that to happen. So let's go ahead and test it. Okay, I don't know if you can see in there, but we do have a light on. So very good. The illumination works. So that's just powering the illumination. It's not the radio. All right then. So now, what I thought we would do is just switch our wires over to the feed for the radio itself, and let's see if I get any kind of reaction out of the radio part of it. Now, careful back here with this, it's kind of dangerous. You know, that's the thing about wires. Wires always want to get your way, no matter what. Any which way you want a wire not to be, that's the way it wants to be. So. Oop, yeah, I saw lights come across here, and we have a, you can see it or not, we have a channel. Look at that. You see the channel indicator on it? It's a little dirty, but it's working. Hey, all right. It's got the green light over here on. Good deal. Of course, I don't have a speaker hooked up to it. So. All right, that's good. So let's turn it off temporarily. And now I thought we would do something here. These are the worst gloves I've ever used in my life. They're terrible, terrible gloves. So I'm gonna let you guys come down here a little bit so you can get a better view of the action. Don't mind my face in there. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave that connected, and I've got a speaker back here behind that actually goes in my truck out there, but I haven't ever put it in yet. So I'm going to hook some speakers up to see if we get any action out of it, if we can hear anything. So I'm just picking one at random. So this is the one, like I said, it's got a ground. I have to hook up also. So now let's turn it back on and see if anything happens. Boom! Turn the CB off. We don't need that on now. Uh-oh, nothing. Wait a minute. Trying to put it right in the center. MON, you got lights that come on when you do that, so I don't know how that is. All right, so that's turned up. Now I'm saying I'm doing this right, I don't know. Nothing. Nothing. I get nothing here. Nothing, 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 nothing. Let's try this a different way here. I don't know that the speaker's hooked up the right way either. Shouldn't really matter, but trying to set everything in the center, so let's try another idea here. Well, I'll tell you something. I might not test this speaker too. Before we go condemning something, hey? What you get for assuming. So, what am I going to do here? Let's turn it back on. Huh. Well, let's try another speaker. I think I got another one over here. Man, if this speaker even works, it's a miracle. This is the one I've been using to drag around on the ground here to look for stuff I dropped. All right, this one's got markings on it, so I can actually hook it up the right way. Well, I'm gonna be disappointed if this thing crapped out. Come on, Chrysler, don't fail me now. Oh, I heard something. She was dirty. I heard something. All right, good. Try another one. All right, that's front. Two fronts work. Two rears work. Wonder if the bouts works. It's alive! It's alive! Well, there you go, guys. How about that? A good old made in the USA radio still works after 40 years. That's great. That's great, great, great. So, it's doing more than the one that's in the car is now, so I will plan on putting that in here. Coming up pretty soon. And I'm just going to have to work some wiring out on this because, like I said, it's different from the way they're, what you're probably used to seeing. You don't see it now either because it's fighting this camera. But anyway,